What's up, internet? Dr. Phil here, back with another devlog for Iron and Steel, the twin stick shooter we're making. So what has really been took up a lot of my time in the last week getting working is the transitions for the different playthroughs. Thought I had it, I didn't. Things still were breaking in places, but it's working now. I have it set up so that you can essentially go from the start of the game, main menu, to the end, to a final score screen. If you survive everything and kill all the bosses, I'll say quote unquote kill, because they currently just have no HP really, and I just wanted to make sure my transitions were working, and that they are. It turned out at first it was kind of crazy and spaghettified, and it was hard to really debug things, but I was able to. So the linear path here, as I scroll a bit, is a little more like complex because there are set pieces and then there's randomness in there. So that took a bit, but then we have our random boss order, which is actually not as bad, and it was a little bit easier, and it works out. It's should work 100%. I say should because I'll probably find a bug, but I'm pretty sure that it is working perfectly. Yeah, so like, if you, and when you die, it'll throw you to the right screens, so that is really nice. Having to have this huge 24 element array of rooms is probably small compared to what other people have to do, but for me, because I want this transition to be a little bit like the old school shoot 'em ups, with some randomness in there, I kind of had to build this out because we have 12 different biomes to work with, and some of them you can do them all kind of 11 of them randomly. One is always final, and then there are rooms that have to be with certain biomes, so those it's kind of like an order with randomness thrown in, so it was kind of different. A little difficult, but I got that working. The other thing that decided, I had some playtesters say it would be nice to have a radar. So on Monday I worked on getting a radar implemented, and if you check out, which will probably be out by the time this goes up on Monday, I have a little short out talking about object parents. One thing that really helped get the radar system working is having all the enemies have parents instead of calling them individually, because now that each biome's enemies will be the children of these parent objects, I just have to call the parents and I can get the radar system working. So I have like these three basic enemy types, the big destroyer ships, the normal fighter ships, and then these like kamikaze, like they fly at you and just try to explode like homing missiles. Those having those with the parent made this radar work really well, and doing some debugging by figuring out certain values, it will get it working, and it works really nicely. So I have a radar system in because I've implemented a way that instead of just hitting the score limit and leaving the zone, you actually hit the score limit and then have to destroy the rest of the enemies on the map, and then you can transition to the next area. So that's all working. The transitioning when you hit a score limit and kill all the enemies is working. So that's really nice. So the full framework of the full game is set. So now we can just really hone in on building specific levels out. We're gonna incorporate some mini bosses. So I had one playtester who noticed the frog statues and destroyed them. That is for a mini boss. We're gonna have different ways of having mini bosses spawn, because in the end, this game is gonna be arcadey. It's about fighting difficult bosses and scoring points. So that's gonna be cool. Today I'm probably gonna be working on some camera. The camera locks to the player. I want that to not be so, locked to the player. So it'll be a little nicer. For one of the mini bosses that I'm working on, have it so that when you spawn it, it now will lock you to the player to a certain area of the screen, and you can't leave. So you get these little arenas, which will be nice. And we're going to probably do that with a lot of the bosses, because you are flying around these open maps. Once a boss comes locking you down, we'll make it a little more difficult. And it's probably something I'm going to start doing with the boss we currently have for the playtest. It needs some more things to going on, but things are working well. Progress is being made, and hopefully soon, creator-owned studios will have an account up on Steam, so you can follow us. And then once we put the make the game page on Steam, you will be able to get notified, which will be awesome if you want to keep update on this game. If you like twin stick shooters, I think you'll enjoy this game. As I'm debugging and playtesting things, I'm still having fun, just kind of destroying ships. I'm a fan of shoot 'em ups because I'm old, but things are going well, and hopefully in a week we have a lot more done. Things are moving forward. It's getting real. The game exploded in size that I didn't expect, but that's perfectly fine. I'm learning the engine a bit more and just getting better at making games in general. So thanks for hanging out. This is a bit of a shorter devlog, I believe, but still wanted to update you on the progress, what we have going on. The framework is there, so now it'll just be building up on that framework and getting a lot more fun and game mechanics put in. But thanks for checking this out. I'll see y'all next one. Peace.